everyone, I hope that your day has been fantastic. So today I'm going to be showing you guys some of my art. Most of it is just like little doodles in my journal and unfinished pieces. I really didn't want to do this video because I don't know, I'm really self-conscious about my work and what I do. Not just with my art, but pretty much everything I do, I'm a little bit shy and self-conscious. But a lot of people wanted to see it and you guys have been so supportive. And I talk about art all the time, so I figured that I owe this to you. I know I have a lot of work to do. Please don't judge me too hard. I'm always open to critiques and constructive criticism. If you want to roast me, that's fine too. So I guess I'll start. I'm so nervous. So like I said, most of these pieces are either doodles or they're unfinished. This is because when I finish a piece of work, I usually give it away. So the pieces that I have finished, I don't have with me. If I took a picture though, I will put the picture in. The reason I'm not doing a sketchbook tour is because my sketchbook doubles as a journal. I will flip through and show you guys the things on pages that don't have writing. I'm gonna start off with these 3 sketchbooks / journals. I really liked these because they're tiny and they're easy to write in. I think these are all from junior year and from last summer. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this was when I first got, can you see this? So this was the first thing I did when I got a Micron pen, so you can see my lines are pretty shaky. I was just kind of testing it out. I did a bunch of waves and then I did the lyrics to Florence and the Machines Never Let Me Go because it's kind of like it fit together. This was another thing that was like testing out the pen and ink. It's just an octopus with a whole bunch of eyeballs. These are all little doodles that I did in class, by the way, so they don't really have like value to them. And I obviously wasn't going for realism. It would be pretty cool if an octopus had that many eyeballs though. I was doing like a doodle challenge, so I illustrated the recipe for fried chicken and I showed the chicken getting its head cut off because I thought it was funny. One of the challenges was what am I afraid of, and I actually have a fear of snails. It's completely irrational, but I've had it my whole life. So I drew like a kind of scary looking snail. I don't know if you guys can see him. The next challenge was draw a plant, so I drew Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors because I wasn't satisfied with like a normal plants. So here's that. I remember doing this in history class and like the girl sitting next to me was kind of weirded out. Oh, I drew this braid when I was at Jesus camp. I'm gonna cover what it says right here because it's personal. But here's the braid that I drew. This was when I was like first learning how to draw hair. And oh, I drew my sister. This was when I was first getting into portraits. I've done things like landscape paintings for a long time, but I didn't start getting into really technical stuff like portraits and figure drawings until I want to say like a year and a half ago. I'm still pretty new in that sense. I have a lot of writing in here, but not a lot of art. So on to my more recent journal. I'm still working in this one. It's a journal and it's from Muji and it has this really nice like cream colored paper and it's really, really smooth. So I really like working in this. I'm gonna show you some doodles. I was trying out a brush pen for the first time. This might be backwards for you guys. It says, "Oh honey." This is like a simplistic portrait of Elle Fanning that I did. I was just testing out my new pencils and I wasn't really going for realism. I was just kind of going for like her vibe. Oh, I did this in astronomy club. It says, "I need my space," and it's just a picture of the moon. These are just doodles. I promise it will get better once I get to like my actual stuff. I drew a bunch of little beetles and I made them pastel colors. Half this video is just me like flipping pages. Here's a portrait of Winona Ryder that I started and I never finished. I like this one. I was testing out like an illustration style. I don't typically go for this sort of style, but it was really, really fun to do. So I did Ode to Yellow and it's just a page full of little yellow doodles. It's just some cute little yellow illustration style doodles. Again, I was testing out like the illustration style, so it says just peachy. It has some little peaches on it. Here's some mushrooms that I drew. Again, I was trying out this style. Not really sure if I liked how that style turned out, but I gotta say it was really, really fun to do. This one again is more of a journal rather than a sketchbook. So that was it for this journal. Okay, so on to my bigger sketchbook. This one is used primarily as a sketchbook. It's hardcover and I got it from Amazon for like $10. I like it because the paper is pretty thick. However, markers aren't really too good to use on it because the way the paper is, there are lots of like little spots in the ink, which I'm not a big fan of, so I tend to stick with colored pencils in this one. It says Rachel's sketchbook. Wow, I have a lot of things that I didn't finish in here either. This is a relatively new sketchbook, so I don't necessarily have a whole bunch in here. Here's a colored pencil portrait of Elle Fanning, and I'm still working on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like, I was testing out like comic book style kind of, and I'm doing a picture of Mulder and Scully right now, but you can see like the markers are a little bit splotchy on this kind of paper, which I'm not really sure if I'm a fan of. I still have to work on that one. It's not even halfway finished. Oh, another Mulder and Scully. This was like a portrait that I was doing of this one picture of them. See, the thing with my portraits is they never quite look right. They always look like an off-brand version of them. I call these two Moldy and Scuttle. Scully's cheek doesn't go out this far. I was just starting the shading. And that was all I had in here. I tried some continuous line art and that did not go well, so I'm not going to show that. I enjoy doing colored pencil portraits on Bristol paper. So I'm going to show you two that I haven't finished. Oh, so typical. Here's Lana Del Rey. I started this one before Christmas. Just never got around to finishing it. This was like the first thing that I ever tried with colored pencils. So the blending is a little bit weird and the shading is a little bit weird. And I still have a lot of work to do on it. And then I wanted to do a picture of Melanie Martinez, but like as a doll. So this is what I have done so far. Oh gosh, it looks weird on camera. This is what I have done so far. And then I also have a tone tan sketchbook, and I like it because the colors tend to pop out a lot more against this background. This is the only one that I really have that I'm working on. It's a picture of Effie from Skins, and it's not very vibrant yet because I've only done one layer of colored pencils, so I still have a lot more to do on this one. The last thing I'm going to show you is an oil painting that I did a few weeks ago. I did it with water mixable oils. That way I didn't have to do the messy cleanup of regular oils. It's just 3 little green apples against a red background. I actually wasn't a really big fan of how this turned out. To be honest, I don't really like how most of my art turns out. This video was just gonna be me like roasting myself. I have a lot of work to do, and I'm not necessarily very proud of the things that I've made, but my mom really liked it, so she's gonna put it in the kitchen. So at least someone liked it. While I was filming, I forgot to include this little baby watercolor painting that I did. It was inspired by, I think her name is like Tillit on YouTube. She does these little mini watercolor galaxies, and I thought they were so cute, so I just wanted to include this one. The last picture I'm going to put in, I'll put it in like right here. It's a picture of some bugs and little fruits that I painted with gouache and watercolor. My little cousin wanted it, so I gave it to her, which is why I don't have it here. Okay, so that was it. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. That was really embarrassing. I'll show you guys more as I progress and get better. A lot of my pieces are at my school too because I'm taking an art class at school. I'm sorry I couldn't show you everything, and I'm sorry that the things that I did show you were pretty low quality. I just want everyone who's watching this video to keep creating, keep being inspired. The world needs a lot of art, and it's pretty revolutionary to create something of your own. So keep creating and keep loving yourself and loving what you do. You're incredible, and I'm just so happy that you're here on Earth with me. I basically just love you all so much, so thank you for that. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of my face, you can subscribe if you feel like it. If you like this video, you can click the little like thumbs up button. As always, if you have any requests, please let me know. I love you so much, and thank you for being in my life. Bye!